The Department of Public Health and Human Services is pleased to bring you Aging Horizons. Medicare, Medicaid, Social Security, fraud, legal issues, veterans benefits, and caregiving. Aging Horizons is a program dedicated to inform and prepare Montanans on these timely issues, making a difference to you and your loved ones. Here now is today's program host.
Hello and welcome to another edition of Aging Horizons. We have two guests with us today, and we're going to be discussing brain injury with members of the Brain Injury Alliance Montana. So we have so much to discuss on this. Stay tuned and we will be right back.
Did you just text me?
I didn't want to disturb you if you were sleeping.
Sleeping? I'm sitting right next to you, silly.
There you are. Hey, I found a couple of Medicare helping programs online that I think we ought to look into.
It says if we qualify, we can get help paying for our prescription drugs. Oh, and there's a program that can help pay our Part B premium.
To learn more about extra help and Medicare savings programs, call your local SHIP counselor today.
Maybe I better text him.
Someone who said they were from Medicare called and asked for my personal information.
I noticed a charge on my Medicare statement for a test I don't remember having.
I got a letter offering me free medical equipment if I gave them my Medicare number.
Something didn't seem right.
It seemed too good to be true.
If something seems odd, it's probably fraud. Call Senior Medicare Patrol at 800-551-3191 to report fraud. This project is supported by a grant by the Administration for Community Living.
Here in Montana, we love our outdoor activities. Unfortunately, few of them are risk-free. Indeed, Montana is second in the nation per capita in head injuries that can destroy the lives of people we love. That's why you should insist your family always wear protective helmets. But you can do even more. When you fill out your vehicle registration this year, circle the Y and donate $1 to support traumatic brain injury prevention and education. Now that's using the old noggin.
Today, class, we'll be discussing the term ombudsman, a word we borrowed from the Swedes and never gave back. Say you're a resident or you have a loved one in long-term care. Now, what do you do if you're not happy with the care and services you receive? You call your long-term care ombudsman, of course. Your ombudsman is available to support you and your rights. An advocate on your behalf could be the ticket. This is your home. If you have questions, the numbers right there below me have all the answers. Class dismissed.
Hello and welcome to Aging Horizons. This is a program brought to you by the Montana Department of Public Health and Human Services Senior and Long-Term Care Division. Today we have two guests with us. We have Jim Coulter and Tyler Schreckendus. They are from the Brain Injury Alliance Montana. And so we will be discussing a lot of information with you about brain injury. We have a live guest with us and so much more. So, Jim.
Yes, sir.
Tell us, what's your mission?
Well, our mission is basically to create a better future for those who have been impacted by brain injury. Part of it's through awareness, support after the fact, advocacy, and also prevention.
Great. And you talk about brain injury. You have a whole resource guide that would inform the public about what you do. So you want to talk about that?
Yeah, I'd love to. If you were to go to our website at biamt.org, you will find a link to download what is essentially a 40-page guide that looks like this. It's everything you've ever wanted to know about brain injuries, but didn't know who to ask. This is something, I have hundreds, if not thousands of these in stock. So if you live in Missoula or if you would like to get your own copy of this, I can make sure you get it. But try the website first and download it if you'd like. And, you know, this is a complex subject. It's not as understood as some other things. And this comes from the Brain Injury Alliance of the United States. And every state in the union pretty much has access to this. So no matter where you live, you can probably get this. And it's really an excellent resource and just one of the many educational things that we do as the Alliance here in Montana.
So do you have other educational resources other than the book?
We really do. And again, if you were to go to the website, you will find a wealth of information. We have lots of opportunities for people to be involved. One of the things that we do is we have support groups in Montana. We have a very active one here in Missoula. We have a very active one in Kalispell. We have a support group in Billings and Helena. And you know, nobody's trying to be a psychiatrist or a physical therapist or a doctor at these groups. These are for folks to just talk about what's going on in their lives and some of the really simple struggles that they have. I know when I discovered mine in Missoula here about 6 years ago, I was like, wow, these are my people. And I've been attending one ever since.
So how are people informed about these various support groups? How do you inform them?
Well, that's a really good question. And of course, we would love to have millions of dollars to expand our message so that we became a household name. Typically, social workers, doctors, nurses, hospitals have some kind of connection with us. There is something that a lot of people get, a certified brain injury specialist certification, and that gives them knowledge in Montana of the area that they work in, who the support groups are. If you go to our website, you can click on the area and it'll give you the contact information. You can connect with that person. It'll tell you how often they meet, where they meet, etc. And so again, little digging through the website is probably the best way to start.
So Jim, what happens? How do I, if I wanted to become qualified as a brain injury assistant like you were talking about, what will I need to go through?
Well, first of all, you would probably need to be in the field in some kind of clinical setting. I just attended a training that was attended with 6 different social workers, licensed certified social workers who worked for one company. It was important for that company to make sure that their social workers understood the subtle nature of brain injury. And that 2-day course, there's a little expense there, is taught here in Montana in different areas. And that's probably, for a clinician, the best education they can get is to become a certified brain injury specialist. At the same time, the book that I referred to earlier has a lot of information about how to recognize brain injuries. And the reason I give one to virtually everybody I meet is because someone in your family, I guarantee you, probably has had a brain injury, whether it's been diagnosed or undiagnosed. They probably have had a brain injury. And this book will just kind of give you a little more insight into that very complex situation.
Great. So I see we have about 4 support groups around the state. In Billings, we have Billings Brain Injury Rewired. In Helena, we have TBI Support Group. In Kalispell, we have Coffee with Survivors. And in Missoula, you have the Puzzle Club. So these are all groups that tend to help people with brain injury.
Correct.
So we'll be going on a break for commercials. So please stay tuned. We'll be right back with more information with Jim Coulter and Tyler Schreckendas. So stay tuned.
was outside working on some equipment, nothing too strenuous. I started sweating and feeling out of breath.
When he felt pressure in his chest and aching in his arms, I knew we had to call 911.
First responders were there before we knew it. 38 minutes later, the doctors had restored the blood flow to my heart.
Now we know dialing 911 saved his life.
Your life is on the line.
This message sponsored by Mission Lifeline Montana.
You've probably seen some big-name celebrities on your TV lately talking about all the Medicare benefits you're missing out on. But the insurance companies who are paying for these ads may be pushing benefits not available in Montana. Fortunately, help is available from a friendly state health insurance assistance program counselor who can help you sort it all out. It's free, and we screen everyone for eligibility regardless of your zip code. It's Montanans helping Montanans. Call today.
Montana's veterans answered the call. Now our veteran service officers are here to answer theirs. Whether it's filing a claim, accessing healthcare, or navigating earned benefits, you're not alone. Our VSOs provide expert guidance at absolutely no cost to you. You served our nation. Let us serve you. Visit your local VSO today. Call 406-324-3742 or visit veterans.mt.gov. Montana serving veterans.
Hey, caregivers, did you know that respite time is your time? How will you spend it?
When the weather's good, I gotta get away for some fishing, and that's a must.
Fred Dahlbeck. Clancy.
My grandson tells me we suck at golf. Fun though. And there's never enough time to keep the old 57 Chevy happy.
Montana Lifespan Respite. Respite for caregivers. It's okay to need it. It's okay to want it. It's okay to get it.
Come on, girl.
We're back, and we have been talking to Jim Coulter, and we will have a new guest on who has a real life story to tell us. His name is Tyler Schreckengoose. Welcome to the show, Tyler.
Thank you.
So, Jim, give us an overview of what we're about to hear from Tyler.
Well, I invited Tyler to join me today to tell his story, which is pretty inspirational and very unique, but at the same time very common in that he has experienced what a lot of brain injury survivors experience. What I'll have to give Tyler credit for is that he's really excelled in understanding what his challenges have been and attacking them head on. I mean, this guy's not afraid of anything.
Good.
So I've known Tyler for a while. We worked together at the local baseball team, the Paddleheads. But I'm going to turn it over to Tyler and just tell your story. Like, I know this happened when you were 2 years old, but as you recall, as you remembered, tell the folks your story.
So I fell a 3-story window when I was 2. I was at a sitter's house. I see
You were getting babysitted for the first time?
Yes. Great, Tyler. You want to stay closer to Jim so we can see your face. There you go, Okay, go ahead. You wandering off.
Went to the hospital for like a couple months. My mom, she thought I was gonna die, and nothing believed it. The doctors believed it, and I'm alive.
And when you were in the hospital, really not so when you fell, there was the trauma from falling.
Yes.
But then you went and had a lot of seizures, is what I understand.
Yeah, I forgot about that part.
That's okay. You're telling your story, man. So, did you spend any time in Seattle at the Children's Hospital?
Yes, I did.
Do you recall anything about that?
No, not really.
But I mean, from what people have told you.
No.
I heard Tyler suffered a stroke caused by damage to his brain.
Yeah.
The entire left side of his brain was affected.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. And
so obviously I didn't know Tyler then, but I saw pictures and it reminded me of growing up as a kid when we used to play dodgeball in those big rubber balls would get half inflated.
Right.
And they would be like convex or concave or whatever the word is. And that's what your head looked like, man.
Thanks.
When I would look at those pictures, I'd go, oh my gosh. And, the doctors weren't very optimistic. I think that they were not very positive that you would even live to be.
Over here.
Yeah.
Go all the way over there.
Yeah, I heard
Eventually, obviously you survived. And tell folks what you do today. You're like 20 years old? Are you 20?
About to be 20.
About to be 20. Okay. So tell us what you do, all the different activities you're involved in.
I do dance. I do voice. I do swim, walk, talk, and I live.
And you work.
I do work.
Have competitive employment.
Good. I hear, Tyler, you're also very involved in the Montana Special Olympics.
Oh yeah,
Yes.
that's right. What do you compete in?
Golf I'm doing right now, track, bocce, bowling, basketball.
And I hear you love to sing. You love music.
I do love music.
I was, we'd mentioned earlier that we worked together with the local Pioneer League baseball team. And one day I was like, who's singing the national anthem? And because, sometimes you know who is. And here he is. This guy was singing the national anthem.
Oh, wow.
And it was okay. It was good.
Great.
That's like the toughest song to sing.
Nor the hardest.
But
Yes, it is.
another thing that Tyler does is he always attends our events, and we do a lot of events. One of the things that most people know that we do, that we're kind of famous for, is we fit helmets on children who families maybe don't have the financial means to do that.
They need it.
But they need it, right. We're not giving them to everybody who drives up in their Mercedes. But Tyler always attends these events, and he's always kind of like our social magnet. And we pretty much, when we go to the events, we just did one 2 days ago, we cut him loose and let him do his thing. And yeah.
Yeah, I hear, Tyler, I hear you love to dance. You come alive when you're dancing.
Say that one more time.
I hear you come alive. You're very happy when you're on the dance floor.
Yes, I am.
You're very happy. You dance at the University of Montana. You express your joys and strength.
Yep.
Tyler, I just want to thank you so much. I know your journey is not about recovery. It's about possibilities. Yes. So we really appreciate you coming on to tell us your story and let the world know that others can emulate that story and they can do well in the community. So we thank you for joining us, Tyler. We're about to go for a commercial break, but we'll be seeing you all very soon. So stay tuned, and we will be right back with John Coulter of the Brain Injury Alliance, Montana.
With as many as 1 in 10 Americans at risk for Alzheimer's or some other form of dementia, chances are someone you know and love will receive that diagnosis. When that happens, you may well feel devastated, but know that you are not alone. Help is available. You don't have to face dementia by yourself. Call the free 24/7 Alzheimer's Association helpline, 800-272-3900, for guidance and support.
Out here, we love our animals, from the wildlife to the livestock. Inside, it's the same. They're just like family. We keep them happy and healthy, most of the time. Secondhand smoke puts pets at risk for cancer, feline lymphoma, vomiting, increases the risk of tumors and lung cancer, even causes eye and skin disease. Secondhand smoke puts your pet's life at risk.
Hey, caregivers, did you know that respite time is your time? How will you spend it?
Respite is really perfect for things I like to do, but my son isn't interested in.
Vicki Henry, Manhattan.
Gardening isn't one of his favorite things, and he knows and likes his caregivers a lot, so it's a win-win. Or even something as simple as a bike ride becomes possible when I know that someone I trust is with him.
Montana Lifespan Respite. Respite for caregivers. It's okay to need it. It's okay to want it. It's okay to get it.
It's good for both of us.
I was diagnosed with diabetes in 1992 and I went into denial. It made me angry. I was a professional chef and I didn't want to change my eating style. It took me a long time to get serious about managing my health. My perspective changed from resentment to one of loving my body, the container for my spirit. Getting help from my diabetes educator supported my goals of improved self-care. I want to feel good and have a great life. My diabetes educator helps me do this.
We're back, and we've been talking to Jim Coulter and Tyler Schreckengus, and of the Brain Injury Alliance, Montana. I know there's a fundraiser coming out in honor of this group, and it's Unmask Your Inner Hero at the 2026 Big Sky Challenge. So, tell us about it, Jim. What's going on at the Big Sky Challenge?
Well, first of all, the date for this is a couple weeks. It's May 31st. It's after Memorial Day, and it's on a Sunday. And in Missoula, it is at the Fort Park, right there in the target range area of Missoula by Community Hospital. And it is an all abilities walk. So you can run it, which we don't do.
We don't do.
You can walk it, you can stroll, you can bring your service animal.
You can bring your bike.
Yeah. It's just everybody can participate. And it's our biggest fundraiser of the year. We have probably 75 silent auction items you can bid on. We have food vendors. Our friends from Texas Roadhouse will be there to feed everybody who participates at the end of the race. They're great for doing a potato bar and a bag of peanuts and a roll and all kinds of good stuff. It's really just a chance to come together, support survivors, and bring the whole family and help us out with our cause.
So, Jim, where will the proceeds go?
Well, virtually all of it will go to us to continue our mission with the helmets is a really good example. Typically, we fit 400 to 500 helmets a year.
Oh.
With a little more funding, we could fit 1,000 helmets. I mean, there's no need. We serve the entire state. We're only limited by the number of helmets that we can purchase. And when we do them, we buy them wholesale. We get, a couple hundred at a time. And that's a big part of our mission, is to help young people prevent them from getting injuries. We want to make play safe again.
Great.
Wear those helmets, because there's all kinds of things that you can roll around on when you're a little kid, roller skates, skateboard, bikes, etc. And we just want to try to protect those noggins because they're still developing.
Great. And on your flyer here, let me just read what you have on your flyer here. You said, join the Brain Injury Alliance Montana for a morning of movement, community, and superhero-sized fun at Fort Missoula. Whether you're running, walking, or rolling, you're helping us prove that every brain is super. This isn't just a race. It is a chance to come together to support brain injury survivors and prevention across the great state. Bring the whole family and your best superhero costume for an unforgettable start to your Sunday. It's May 31st, 2026, Fort Missoula Meadowlark Pavilion, Registration opens at 8 a.m. Race starts at 9 a.m. Registration fees include adults 13 plus is $35, $40 day off. Keep an eye out for early bird specials. Youth 6 to 12, $15. And Little Heroes 0 to 5, free. Now,
always free. Yeah.
So all the proceeds that you will collect will go straight to Brain Injury Alliance of Montana. So do you have anything else you want to tell us about this program or Brain Injury Alliance Montana?
I think the thing that Tyler and I would both want you to know is that for your folks out there, that this is our fundraiser of the year. This is the fuel that keeps our fire going. We don't receive any funding from the federal government. We receive very little funding from state government. It's all, I mean, it's bake sales and donations and unstructured grants and all that. I mean, you know, we work very hard as a board to keep this program going. We've been around for 40 years. I know a lot of people haven't heard of us, but we do a lot of good work, and I'm thrilled to be a part of it as a board member. I get to meet great people like Tyler. Tyler's mother is the board president. She's a recent appointee. I've never met a woman who works harder at everything than she does. So yeah, we're just really encouraging everybody to come out and support us on May 31st.
Great. It's great to know that there are lots of good people out there that are willing to help move this project forward, and we want to thank all of them for coming to the aid of Brain Injury Alliance of Montana, because one person can't do it alone. You need the full community. And we're talking about Helena, Missoula, Billings, and where else? Kalispell. All these communities need to come together to help Brain Injury Alliance of Montana, because they do good quality work. Listening to Tyler's story says it all. And we want to thank you, Tyler, for joining us today. And Jim, we also want to thank you for indulging us with all this information. And we hope to see you all soon.
All right.
All right.
Thanks for having us.
Thanks for joining us today. This is your host, Wilmot Collins, and we want to say thanks and see you next time.
Special thanks to the Department of Public Health and Human Services for their continued support. Hosts on Aging Horizons are program specialists at the Montana Office on Aging. Production facilities provided by Video Express Productions. For more information about Aging Horizons, call the Department of Public Health and Human Services toll-free at 800-332-2272.